Hi Anitra, this is Stacey. Now this is the video that I promised to make you regarding a few things I want you to consider when it comes to making your website. Funnily enough, the first video I made didn't have any audio, and this new one I'm recording, you might get a little bit of distraction from some techno house music, as there is a big party going on the a few beaches down, but you can hear it still. So I hope it's not too distracting. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive in. So we covered quite a bit regarding themes and what to look for when choosing a theme, but I just want to remind you of a few things that are really important when choosing a theme, whether it's a free theme or a paid theme. And that is the functionality. Does it do what you need it to do? Does it give you the option to zoom in or to have multiple pictures? Does it give you the option to add different quantities, different materials, different colors? Does it give you the option to filter your results? What things are important for you, your customer, and your brand, and how does that theme really help you achieve that? Like, is the code clean? In other words, has it been coded by a professional? If something goes wrong, are you going to be able to get some support with the theme? Things can and do go wrong. Personally, I've found if it's a Shopify theme, something that you bought in the Shopify store, you are much more likely to have support should anything go wrong, or not have anything go wrong at all. Another thing that's really important to pay attention to is what is the mobile experience. That just cannot be ignored in this day and age. So you really want to make sure that that theme shows your product to their very best advantage in the mobile view too. And last but not least, what is the checkout like? How easy is it for your customer to add a product to cart, for it to be very clear what they've done, and then to check out? So the next thing that I want you to think about is your brand look and feel. Now you're going over to Shopify. This really is a chance for you to tighten up any elements of your brand, or really refine it and really bring it into the modern day, refined version of what your brand's story is about. I'm not saying that you have adopted this, but just bearing in mind with our strategy. So stories of origin, inspiring creativity, elevating Black women. How can we bring that into the look, the feel, the messaging of your website? Also, what are the colors, the different fonts, any different flourishes, any different visual elements that you're going to use in your website consistently, whether it's in your editorial pictures or in your social media or in your email letter design? What are you going to bring across that's really going to make reflection design memorable at a glance? I wanted to ask a bit of questions about this logo part in the middle. I feel like it's meant to represent something, but I'm not entirely sure what. I thought it might have been something you brought in for Christmas because it looked a bit Christmassy, but I was wondering what exactly that was. So when you're creating your mood board, I really want you to make sure you've got those hex codes on there, any different fonts. Now's a chance to mess around with a few things. Anything you're not completely married to, maybe go a little bit left of center, something you might not have thought of originally. But one thing I would definitely recommend that you do is you go back to your ideal customer avatar and really ask yourself, is this the type of website that she would naturally be visually attracted to and feel comfortable and confident buying from? So next, I want us to think about your images. I'll scroll down a little bit. How we lay them out. Are they going to be all floating white PNG backgrounds? Is there a way to kind of style them more, have a bit more lifestyle images? So ones that have got product in it, but ones that are lifestyle that actually really show the product in use. Another really important thing to consider when moving your site across is going to be the size of your images, because heavy images, as you're probably aware, will lead to a heavier, slower load time on your website. And equally as important of that is how we name and label images. Let's just open this real quickly. Okay, yeah, here we go here. So this is an example, even though I know this is a bundle, but images really should be named exactly what it is that we're seeing. So let's come across here. Let's go into a specific. Okay. Let's open this up. Okay, so here we can see is that you're really not benefiting from the full SEO value of your images unless they are named with, your SEO in mind. So what would this be? Let's have a quick look. So this would be large African print, fabric print pillow. You might want to put the colors. You might want to put anything if it was a specific type of Ankara or kente. Like, you really want to use the most descriptive words possible and make sure that that's in your URL structure. This way, Google are actually able to send you a lot more free traffic if somebody is actually typing in large African or kente or Ankara floor pillows. If your images are labeled that way, they're more likely to come across your website. Now, last but not least, is equally important, is going to be thinking about your SEO product descriptions. I think we mentioned that previously on another day, but really not repeating the descriptions, so not using the same verbiage across every description, and really thinking about how we can make these keyword rich, but also really help your customer to be able to visualize them owning this product, it being in their home or on their person, and how it may make them look, feel, how it may actually brighten their home, or just be a real standout piece. And don't be afraid to be a bit more lengthier in your product descriptions, quite simply because if I don't mean to pad it out and fluff it up with additional words, but anything that's really gonna help sell the product in words, the words that are going to help sell the visual. And then this way you're also able to get a couple of other variants, a couple of variable different keywords in its place. So these are going to be they're not the only things that need to be considered when setting up your website, but they are the primary core things that I really feel like you need to focus on at the early stage. So that's going to be really choosing that theme, making sure you're clear about the brand look and feel and the aesthetics, really getting clear about what type of imagery you're going to use, how it can be improved anyway, how you can add another dimensions, whether it's people, lifestyle, really optimizing your image sizes so that your website is fast, and optimizing your keywords so that your website can be found via its images, and also making sure your product descriptions are sharp, snappy, descriptive, but also designed to get people's desire. I always use this acronym when writing copy, which is AIDA, AIDA, which stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. These are the kind of multiple stages that you want to bring your ideal customer through in order to get them to the buy button for your product. So Nitra, that's it for this little video. I wanted to make this kind of surplus to our call, just so that when you're going through this process, I know it's going to be a bit quieter over the Christmas and New Year, you've really got something that you can go back to and just make sure that you're on the right track. Once we're really up to speed with those things, we can start diving into the other elements, of making sure your website's optimized, which is things like meta tags, alt tags, that type of stuff. But that's not something that we need to get too bogged down in now. As always, if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and do let me know whether you still want to go ahead with our call next week or whether you want to pause that for the following week. Okay, speak soon. Bye.